Meow meow, it's me. Today I'm going to be sharing a little bit about my Flying Pig playlist. So, let me tell you the story about this playlist. When I first started training a few years back, I was I was going through the loss process and I got quite traumatized about that to where I didn't listen to music for a while or any type of music really bothered me. And I'm already an auditory learner, so I really pay attention to sound in general because I like listening. and unless you're sensitive to sound, you will you will notice that whenever you go to the store, there's probably music playing, and that just like wreaked havoc on my life. And the only place where there was no noise that was outside of my home was pretty much just a hot yoga studio or the library, and any other places just seemed to have music playing for absolutely no reason at all. And anyways, that's another story, but I became quite sensitive to sound in like 2018 or even a few, maybe like 2017, became really sensitive to sound. So when I first started training for Flying Pig, I slowly started listening to music again, but in a different way because I was actually I would listen to the same song on loop constantly. So if I ever felt like listening to something that wasn't a podcast or the telly, then I would play the same song on repeat in the car or whatever. So there were times where I would play the same song for months on end. I'm pretty sure that one song in particular, I probably listened to 3 months. Then that was the entire song, that the entire thing that I would listen to for 3 months in a row was the exact same song if I was playing music. So the first half of my Flying Pig playlist is pretty much maybe at least a year of my life, maybe even more, which is pretty crazy to think about because I don't really start varying the songs a lot until the second half of my Flying Pig playlist. And before I edited the playlist, I actually had way more songs on repeat because I had repeated them for so long to indicate that I was kind of still in that stage in my life. And yeah, so I like that I can somehow look back on years of my life based on this playlist, and I really mean years of my life. So, another thing that I wanted to point out was that one of the things that Coach Bennett said was how if you are listening to music during your marathon or during your race or just running in general, some songs are going to be good coaches and some songs are going to be bad coaches. And this really depends on like if you're looping the song throughout the whole thing or where you have them on your playlist. Because if you kind of look at my, let's see, if I look at my Flying Pig playlist, the first songs are okay. They're not super mm, like really fast EDM or like really angry heavy metal or like really fast beats, or you know what I'm saying? They're pretty slow. I have Venice Bitch by Lana Del Rey. Well, some are kind of slow like Drupisha, but Crimson and Clover, that's one of the songs that I'm pretty sure I listened to for a month on end, and that's a slow song. I remember telling my boyfriend how I was listening to that song while running, and he just couldn't believe it. Like, You're listening to Tommy James and the Shondells when you're running because it's not your typical, like, stereotypical fast, but not all the songs that you're listening to should be like that. Because if I'm listening to a song that will pump me up a lot in, the first 10 minutes of running, that song's gonna make you want to run faster when you should not be running faster. And that's what coach meant about good coaches and bad coaches. Really depends of when you are listening to them during your run. So yeah, like some more Lana Del Rey, uh a Disney song, like some more slow songs, and then about the 1 hour mark, I have like classical songs. I just have Bach, but Johann Sebastian Bach. So that's a good chunk of my playlist are songs by Bach. So that's just to give you an idea of how you should, if you are listening to music, beware of your playlist, and if it's telling you if the song is pumping you up too much, it should probably be towards the end of your run. And another thing that, well, some people understand this and some people don't, because uh so I looped songs for a long time, and that's still something that I kind of like to do. I do have some playlists that are just two songs on loop, or maybe the same song but different, like somebody a cover of the song. So some people understand that. I have heard of other runners doing that. And some people I know don't listen to music at all. They just like to hear, the ambiance and other people running and the breath of other people running and nature and the birds and whatever. And if I can hear the birds, sometimes I will take off one headphone off one ear and listen and then eventually put it back on. But I know some people don't listen to music at all. And some people would just, like, I mentioned the classical to a runner once, and she said, "Yeah, I would if I listened to something, it would probably be classical or the same song on loop." And another comment that I got about the loop songs was like, "Why are you doing that?" Because some people don't get it. And I think it comes down to the fact that running is a type of meditation where you're letting the body do something repetitive that's somewhat automatic for a long period of time, or for enough time for the mind to relax and go somewhere else completely to achieve an altered mental state. And I do feel that when I'm running for longer distances, like over 90 minutes, is where I feel you can really feel it. You can feel it on shorter runs. You can feel it on speed runs. Go into that altered mental plane. But because it's a short amount of time, I don't think you take notice of it as much as if you had a longer time to experience that state. So, looping the same song, I feel, is a way of self hypnotism in a way. And when I first started running, I felt that it really worked because, like, when you first start doing longer distances that are a little scary, like, I still remember going out to do 7 miles, and that was scary to me. And when you start doing that and you just have the same song on loop the entire time, it feels like, okay, I'm starting my run and the song is playing, and I'm still running and the song is playing. How long has it been? 10 minutes? 15? Has it been an hour? Who knows? The same song has been playing. So there, to me, that hypnotism aspect helped with those longer runs at first. And now I feel that on my longer runs, when I listen to my Flying Pig playlist or parts of it, it's nice to know. Now it's nice to know that the run is going somewhere because I can hear the change in the music that's playing. So I guess I'm healthier now that I can stand music like that. It's a good thing. Hey, so I'm going to pause this video and do a little side note voiceover that I didn't address the length of time and the estimated length of time that will take me to run the race and the length of time to do my playlist because I really want to try to end the race at around the same time that my playlist is finishing. So I did a marathon calculator with my current average time, and it said like 5 hours and 26 minutes, which I thought was a little crazy. And on the Nike Run Club app, there's actually a way for it to estimate it for you. And on Nike, it said that my estimated time would be 5 hours and 10 minutes. So I am making my playlist 5 hours and 15 around that time. And another thing that I saw on Runner's World magazine that I haven't put into action, but was about asking people, like friends and family, for a song, and you put that song in your playlist. So it's kind of like a cheers, like a little pep talk from them to you while you're doing the race. And right now, my playlist is at 5 hours and 16 minutes, I believe. And I haven't asked my family, but I think that's a really nice idea. And I'm planning to get about maybe three, three or four songs from a select amount of people to add to my playlist. So that is my story about my Flying Pig playlist. And if you have Spotify, you can check out my playlist. I don't know if I can link it, but you can probably just look up Flying Pig playlist or Miss Emma Genesee on Spotify and you can find it. If I can link it, I'll link it. I don't know if you can link, you could probably link playlists, I guess. If you're interested in new music, check it out. And I will see you in my next Flying Pig vlog.